Hello everyone, I'm Zhilong from Jinghua University. On behalf of all authors, I am here to introduce our work, Practitioners versus Users, a value-sensitive evaluation of current industrial recommender system design. As an AI-based application specifically designed for alleviating information overload, recommender systems are playing an increasingly important role in the information society, supporting users' online experiences and diverse needs. However, the majority of recommender system research focuses primarily on algorithmic improvements and can possibly suffer in real-world applications where user-facing performances can disconnect with highly scored performances. As a result, a comprehensive perspective that more thoroughly takes human factors into the consideration of real-world practices of recommender systems is called upon. Unfortunately, relatively limited research endeavors have been dedicated to examining how recommender systems perform in the wild from a human-centric perspective. For the few that have, they fail to attend to the essential expectation and perception chasing in real-world deployment, which could be essential to the success of industrial recommender system design. Therefore, in our work, we seek to systematically analyze how two main and the universal stakeholders of recommender systems, practitioners and users, regard key values that should be supported in real-world practices and identify the commonalities and discrepancies with respect to each value. Specifically, we ask the following research questions. What values do practitioners and users care about in terms of recommender systems? What do they think of each value respectively? What similarities and differences are shared between practitioners and users around the values of recommender systems? What tensions in values can be found? To delve into these questions, we adopt a theoretically grounded approach, value-sensitive design, given its outstanding capability in revealing and balancing value-intense essentials across stakeholders. We take O2O commerce platforms as a case study, not only because situating into one platform enables participants to detailedly specify their opinions and ensures consistency across interviewees, but also because of the high reliance on recommender systems, representativeness of typical recommendation scenarios, wide adoption of their services, and access to the corresponding practitioners of O2O commerce platforms. We consolidate values in recommender systems with the combination of conceptual investigations of literature review and empirical investigations of focus group studies. We further delve into users' and practitioners' detailed opinions through a second round of empirical investigations of semi-structured interviews. Finally, we arrive at 5 values: recommendation quality, privacy, transparency, fairness, and trustworthiness. Specifically, in terms of recommendation quality, from the practitioner side, accuracy is fundamental and evaluated by numeric indicators. Diversity and novelty are complementary to accuracy and lack well-established numeric measurements. A balance between accuracy and diversity and novelty is needed, while from the user side, accuracy is evaluated from various experience-based angles. Diversity and novelty are evaluated as a whole, based on subjective perceptions and deficient in current practices. When comparing the two sides, we find that their evaluations are different, and diversity and novelty should be attached more importance by practitioners. In terms of privacy, practitioners have taken various endeavors to protect privacy, while users' emphasis on privacy are polarized, vary by information types, and can arise around inferences. Users also identify that privacy issues could pose safety risks. Therefore, the current privacy protection methods may not seem enough. The sharing of hidden information, generalized anxiety, and algorithmic inference all matter. As for transparency, practitioners identify side effects on model performances, platform interests, and cognitive loads as challenging for improving overall transparency. And they try to improve transparency by enhancing explainability. From the user side, they are aware of the lack of transparency, but regard it as acceptable. Users need just well and case-dependent transparency, and regard current explanations as ineffective. When comparing practitioners and the users, we find that their objectives and anticipations are different, and the current endeavors have not been effective enough in promoting transparency. As for fairness, both inter-user and inter-item fairness are focused on by practitioners, and practitioners have taken various endeavors to improve fairness. While for users, price discrimination and inappropriate promotions are mostly concerned, and their concerns can be generalized across platforms. Therefore, the starting points of practitioners and users can be different, and a gap exists between current practices and user expectations of fairness. As for trustworthiness, practitioners have taken various measures to cultivate trustworthiness, while users express that trustworthiness can be impaired due to poor item quality, unreliable recommendation results, and a suspicious rating system. Here, Liebig's law of the minimum leads practitioners' endeavors to maintain trustworthiness not as effective as expected. In sum, in our current work, we leverage value-sensitive design to study how values should be extensively considered in industrial deployments of recommender systems. We identify 5 key values: recommendation quality, privacy, transparency, fairness, and trustworthiness, and explore the similarities and discrepancies between practitioners' and users' opinions about these values. We review practitioners' and users' endeavors and concerns over key values in real-world recommender systems, identify practitioners' and users' tensions in values, analyze the sources of the tensions, and shed light on possible solutions for mitigating the tensions, and provide novel implications for future design. If you would like to find out more details about our work, especially our research and design implications, please feel free to check out our paper. Thanks for listening.